Hi everyone, good day. This session I am going to talk about how prepare for Red Hat Certified Specialist in OpenShift Administration, which is Ex280 exam. The exam Ex280 is completely practical, more hands-on oriented. Red Hat expect you really spend hours and hours on practicing OpenShift. This includes creating and managing resources in OpenShift. The exam Ex280 is completely based on scenarios. They give you scenarios with server and you are expected to understand and provide solution for the particular scenario. This session, we are going to discuss primarily about OpenShift version 4.5. System and software architects who need an understanding of the features and functionality of an OpenShift container platform cluster. System administrators who need to support the initial establishment of an OpenShift cluster. Cluster operators who need to support ongoing maintenance of an OpenShift cluster. Site reliability engineers who need to support the ongoing maintenance and troubleshooting of an OpenShift cluster. System administrators who want to demonstrate their OpenShift container platform skills. Red Hat Certified Engineers, RHCEs, who wish to become a Red Hat Certified Architect, RHCA. System administrators or developers who are working in a DevOps environment using Red Hat OpenShift Container Platform. Moving next. The exam Ex280 aiming for OpenShift version 4.5. You will be given 3 hours for 300 marks. Voucher cost is INR 16,500, selecting India as your home country. You may select your country and get the pricing and currency for your country. You may take this exam in person in Red Hat Education Partner Centers, or you can take this exam from your home, remote place. The Red Hat Certified Specialist in OpenShift Administration exam, Ex280, tests the knowledge, skills, and ability to create, configure, and manage a cloud application platform using Red Hat OpenShift Container Platform. By passing this exam, you become a Red Hat Certified Specialist, which also counts toward becoming a Red Hat Certified Architect. This exam is based on Red Hat OpenShift Container Platform 4.5. For those who purchase now onwards will be asked to take OpenShift version versus 6. Moving next. Become a Red Hat Certified System Administrator, RHCSA, or have comparable work experience and skills. Take the Red Hat OpenShift Administration 2. Operating a production Kubernetes cluster, DO280 course or have comparable work experience using OpenShift Container Platform. Review the Red Hat Certified Specialist in OpenShift Administration exam, Ex280, objectives. Experience with container technology as recommended. Take a free assessment to find the course that best supports your preparation for this exam. Moving next. This section primarily talk about do's and don'ts. Don't panic, don't get nervous. Casually take your exam. Either remote or in person, make sure you don't get panic. You can directly log into the OpenShift cluster from the machine where you have logged in. Don't try to look for Bastion node and then try to log into OpenShift cluster. It may take some time for you to get into the system. It depends on the version. Try to log in from the system given. Take the scenarios orderly. Don't just mismatch your order. There are dependencies on one to another scenario. So please do not miss the order. During the exam, you will have access to the documents given, selected document URLs. Please read and use the document if necessary. don't spend more time on the document as the document would not have any commands or scenarios. Don't take break in while taking exam unless it is necessary. Clock won't stop and you will lose your time if you take break in between if really not necessary. Also importantly, appear well ahead for the exam, in person or remote. This will make you good for taking exam without having last-minute pressure. Moving next. Try to solve all the scenarios using CLI. You will not given good marks when you use web console. If possible, don't use it. This slide is primarily discuss about the focus areas or key topics for you to practice for the exam. One big advice for you to focus on getting real hands-on skills. Manage OpenShift platform. You may spend time on how OpenShift platform management perspective. Get familiar with CLI tools. Web console, nodes and components, how it works, also resources including managing projects, namespace, view pods and logs, operators, events and alerts. Basic troubleshooting skills will really help. Authentication and authorization. Understand how the OpenShift authentication and authorization works. You may be asked to integrate with basic authentication mechanism which is HTTP/SSWD. Make sure you practice with how to configure HTTP/SSWD method. Try to see if you can configure HTTP/SSWD via command line. Role-based access control. Role-based access control. You have to understand how to manage users and policies. You have to know how to create projects and allocate access for a specific user, and for the namespace and particular user would not be having access to any other projects other than the specified namespace. Another thing is you have to understand how the scalability works in OpenShift. You have to understand all the aspects of scalability in terms of cluster as well as the application service which is pods. The next one is configuring the networking components on OpenShift, including how the routing and the tracing and the logs working with a specific application or pods. You also want to know how the pod scheduling works. How to scale the pod. Storage also, PV and PVC, along with storage class. The next one is the secret management and usage in OpenShift. How to create secret, how to map that with various components and how to manage those secrets. The important aspect with Ex280 exam is troubleshooting on OpenShift environment and the application side. If a particular route is not working, or if a particular application is not working, or if the traffic is not reaching to a particular application pod, then how would you troubleshoot is one major expectation for Ex280 exam. Moving next. We now see how to prepare for exam. What are the important aspects you need to concentrate to achieve the specialist certification? The important thing is you need OpenShift server access. Without OpenShift server and without practicing, this is highly impossible to clear this exam. You need to spend at least 100 plus hours practicing hands-on labs and OpenShift administration side so that you will gain confidence on how OpenShift works. Attend mock exams. Please try to give and test yourself with mock exam various times in each and every scenarios and make sure you are able to solve the problem. Another important point is check your voucher eligibility with Red Hat to retake the exam. That's all. Cloud Grade wish you all the very best. If you need any help in terms of getting OpenShift server for your certification preparation and want to prepare more deep scenarios, please reach out to Dhinesh on the LinkedIn URL mentioned here. We are happy to help you. Thank you very much.